Foyle. And, okay, I'm supposed to talk louder, Bill says. Hi, I'm Joyce Foyle, and I've been a member for how many years? Quite a few years. I love going there. It's so much fun. Okay, am I going on too long?
I'm Leo White, and this is my dear wife, Gail. We've been married for a number of years, and I don't even know how many anymore.
20.
She says 20.
I remember.
I don't remember. All I know is I got the better part of it.
And I'm 140 years old. No, my name is Margaret, working with you for about 3 years.
Introduce Joan.
And
This is my partner.
I've finally dragged Joan with me because she was always trying to do something else. And then I'd go off and she'd wonder where the heck I am. So here's the both of us.
Hi, I'm Norm.
And hi, I'm Sandy.
Oh, yes.
Not really. No, it's Norm's parade.
I'm Norm.
Hi, I'm Sandy.
I'm Norm.
Hi, I'm Sandy.
And should I give? I'll give my mom space then, or
Uh,
froze.
Oh, no, yeah. Can you hear me? I can.
Take a little while. Yeah.
Why did you?
It's just because of. Sorry, Dolph, you froze there. It says that it's recording us. Oh, I guess you want to hide the little thing of
Yeah.
yourself. Hi.
Hi, my name's Marguerite, and this is my daughter Tegan next to me.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Thank you very much. My name is Sadie. Sadie Watt, or Sarah Watt if it's Sunday. The rest of the week it's just Sadie Watt. And this is my daughter Sandra, my number one child. There's another two of them as well. But at the minute I'm looking after her and she's looking after me.
Margaret Gabriel, and I'm married to my wonderful husband Lee. And yeah, what else do you want me to say? I have 3 children and six grandchildren. I've been a film editor as well at CBC. Yeah, I've done a few things.
And a painter.
And I paint.
And an aromatherapist.
And aromatherapy.
And a bookstore owner.
Bookstore owner, yeah. Yeah, I've done a few things.
Hi, I'm Trouty, and this is my husband, and then you try to remember my name. What is my name?
I think it's Ulrich.
Okay, good.
Hi, I'm Trouty, and this is my husband. Oh my goodness. Hi, this is...
No, hi, I am Trouty.
Hi, I am Trouty, and this is my husband, Ulrich.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backstage Pass. It is Thursday, June 25th, 1:04 p.m. And I am coming to you live from the unceded territory of the Squamish First Nation, just about 2 kilometers north of the Langdale Ferry Terminal on the Sunshine Coast. Wow. So my name is Chad Hirschler. I am the artistic director of The Art Farm. We are one of 3 organizations that makes up the Imagination Network. We represent 3 fields. The arts, that's us, The Art Farm. Douglas College represents education, and Good Samaritan Society represents healthcare. Over the past 3 years, we have collaborated on a project, part arts, part healthcare, part research, exploring the lived experience of dementia through the ideas and creativity of those who are living it. So you just met the stars of the show. Those are 8 people from our community living with the experience of dementia who are all co-creators of everything you are about to see today. So we have got a really great show for you today. You're going to see a combination of live Zoom, just like what is happening between us right now, and pre-recorded segments that are on Zoom or that happened in those pre-COVID days when we were able to meet face-to-face. So just to be clear, you are not on Zoom. We can't see you or hear you. If you are watching this live, you're watching a combination of live Zoom, pre-recorded Zoom, and some short films. So here we are, live streaming to you. Wow, this is really exciting that we pulled this off. But this was not where we imagined we were going to be 4 months ago. Our plan was to produce a live theatrical production at Good Samaritan Christensen Village, a 140-bed care home in Gibsons, BC. Our participants that you just met, the stars of the show, they live out in the community. They are not residents at Christensen Village. And every Monday for the last 3 years, Christensen Village, the staff, the residents have welcomed us into their activity room. We have taken over to collaborate, to create, to dialogue, to discuss. So our dream was to create a production that would immerse you, our audience, into this world, into that space with all the staff and all the residents to try to challenge and shift the way that we view care homes in our communities. But much like many care homes across the world right now, Christensen Village, in order to keep its staff and residents safe, they are isolated from the community and their family in some cases. It is truly a heartbreaking time. And we wanted to do something. We felt compelled to do something during this event that would help us to reach out and connect with those residents and staff of Christensen Village, but also that would allow you, our audience, a chance to reach out and connect with people in your lives who you might feel isolated and separated from. So let me introduce to you one really exciting live community engaged arts element of our show. Chloe, reveal yourself. Oh my God, there you are. What magic. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce.
Everybody.
Yes. Hello, it is Chloe Langmaid, one of our artist team.
So I'm standing up here on the art farm by our workshop with a 6-foot-tall, anatomically correct wire heart sculpture made by Sandy Buck.
Wait, hold on. Let me repeat that. Just so I have it clear. It's a 6-foot-tall, so bigger than you, wire frame sculpture of an anatomically correct heart. What
Oh, you got that right.
What could we possibly want to do with that?
Well, every art farm project that I've been involved with has always had an element of involving the community, and in this case, the world watching. So today we're going to be adding names of people that we feel we miss, that we can't see in person right now, as well as any words that people would like to share. So we'd love to engage with the audience in our YouTube chat.
Oh, wait, we have a YouTube chat. How do we?
We do indeed.
How do we get to that?
So if you're currently watching the live stream on theimaginationnetwork.org, you'll see a button below that will that says join us on YouTube to see the chat beside on the YouTube stream. So as long as you're in YouTube, the chat will be available for you there, and you can type in and we'll be receiving your messages throughout the stream today.
That is beautiful, Chloe. So just to repeat, so I totally understand, anyone can send in a name, a quote, a message to someone who they might feel isolated from or separated from right now, or just who represents that person or people. And we will sew those words onto the heart. And this installation, from what I understand, is going to live on the art farm or at other locations up and down the Sunshine Coast this summer.
That's right, Chad. So our team here started with many members from Christensen Village because we originally planned to be there at this time. So hi, if you're watching at Christensen Village. Hi, Bruce. We've started with so many of our loved ones that are there that we miss. We so wish we could be there with you today.
Thanks so much, Chloe. We'll see you in a
Thanks
bit. We'll
again,
check
Chad.
in partway through.
Awesome.
Bye.
See you again later. Enjoy the stream.
Okay, all right. So we are about to begin. We came to this project because something didn't feel right about the way that we engage with dementia in our communities, in our homes. We're not experts. We don't pretend to be experts. We are learning as we go. We're part of a global growing movement of people who are trying to shift the way that we interact with aging and dementia. Well, one thing that we have learned over and over and over is to let go of any preconceived ideas of how things are going to go or how they should go, and to just listen. So I invite you to do that today. Without further ado, let's cue up our first film. It is a short, snappy little theatrical production that we are calling The Legend of What Might Have Been. Roll it.
Picture a time long ago, back when a trip to the village square wasn't a life-threatening experience. A fellowship of artists, academics, healthcare professionals, and people living with the experience of dementia came together to forge connections, attain knowledge, and share their experience with the world. It was a blank canvas, an empty stage. Where to begin? A date was set, July 2020. A location chosen, Good Samaritan Christensen Village, a campus of care nestled in the hamlet of Gibsons on the Sunshine Coast. With the knowledge they had attained and the connections they had forged, the ideas came flooding in. A tent on the greens to summon our fellow villagers. An opening song to welcome our audience into the world of the play. Artifacts and sculpture to scatter the surroundings with metaphor. A short puppet show of shadow to deepen our knowledge. A wandering exploration of the greater campus, culminating in a closing number to transform us from a group of individuals into a community united. But how, you are asking? How did these ideas come to be? How did this vision form? To understand this, we must visit the activity room. A laboratory of alchemy, creative activity, community, interconnectedness, and idea exchange. In the fall of 2017, one brave adventurer arrived. A bit early, mind you. One by one, his fellow adventurers, all sharing the lived experience of dementia, joined him. And the fellowship was formed, welcoming representatives from the guilds of artists, researchers, healthcare, along with residents and staff from this fair campus of care. the journey began. Maestro! Courageously exploring the lived experience, the collective used sculpture. Puppets. Fiber arts. Music. Games. Spoken word. Mark making. Painting. And plenty of discussion and dialogue. Interspersed, of course, by libations and comestibles, commonly referred to as tea and cookies. And so, the fellowship forged their connections, attained their knowledge, and were ready to share their experience with the world. But that was then. And this is now.
What are some ideas people are kind of have around what we could do? Give me some ideas.
Hello. Hi, we're live again. Great.
Well done.
Hi, my name is Sarah May.
I'm Tom.
And we're joined by
Marguerite.
And Tegan.
Hi, it's nice to see you both today.
You too.
What's your dog's name? Which one?
Oh, this is Rosie.
Hi, Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
What a sweetie. Well, our job here today is to introduce a song that's become a bit of a theme song here at Raising the Curtain. And I should say that Tom and I are part of the artist team. I'm not sure if I said that. So we were in charge of the songs. And this first song is called Why Are We Doing This? And before we hear that, Marguerite, I'd like to ask you that question. Why are we doing this?
Why are you doing this?
Why are we doing Raise the Curtain?
Raising the Curtain.
Well, there's a lot of people who have dementia, and often they're lost or abandoned or whatever.
Yeah.
And so having a program called Raising the Curtain with other people with dementia and people like you to facilitate it, we come to terms with our dementia in maybe more open ways, or we're with a group of people that also have dementia, so you're not alone.
Yeah.
And you don't have those, those stigmas and the things that society dumps on you. And so that's very useful. And you feel pretty good about what you do.
That's awesome.
So thank you.
Thank you.
All of you.
Yeah, it's mutual thanks for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that we can get on with the songs. Now you will hear one of our songs right after this, and one later on in the program.
Okay.
So the songs you're going to hear were stitched together from excerpts of conversations that were had with all of the participants, like you, Marguerite. And those conversations were documented by our research team.
And then Tom and I took the quotes and arranged them into songs to make verses and choruses, and we composed music to go along with them.
So we started to learn the songs together as a group at Christensen Village, but then the pandemic came, so we had to change our plans.
Yeah, we started meeting on Zoom. And
good for you. I mean, that's what you do, right? When
well, good for you for joining.
And you have technology to help.
Gosh, it's great actually that we've all been able to meet each other on this technology.
That's right.
It's amazing. We've all, I think, learned a lot that way.
Yeah.
So
No, and it's a good approach, I think, for, well, not for everything, obviously, but especially, yeah. No, it's just, it's a good approach and it's a good way to do things.
I'm glad. It was really fun that we got to Zoom with everybody, all of our participants, and teach them the lines of the songs. And then we recorded everybody singing those lines and then edited them together along with our instruments to make it sound as if we were all singing and playing together in a room.
Which,
oh, how wonderful. Yes.
Yeah.
And we were singing together in the virtual reality that is Zoom. So we're going to hear the song now, and it's all of the voices of all of the participants, and all of the words came from the participants.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Roll it.
Roll
it.
People say, oh, poor you.
I say, what's so poor about me?
People who want to know me have to know sometimes I'm blind.
It's the only life I've got. I don't want to sit and moan.
I am more at ease.
I'm almost happier than I was.
Why are we doing this? Sharing our experience
of living our lives with dementia.
We want to be seen for who we are and who we've been.
We are more than dementia.
I think my generation's not going to take this lying down.
Love is at the center, that we use it, that we learn.
I try to stay connected.
Others take away the fear.
So I'm making friends.
I feel included while I'm here.
Why are we doing this?
Sharing our experience
of living our lives with dementia.
We want to be
For
seen.
who we are and who we've been.
We are more than dementia.
It's important that I stand
and say what I mean. It's like I've lost control.
To someone else who wants to steer.
I think I need to learn to be creative with this year. I want to be with people
who are kind and loving and free.
Why are we doing this?
Sharing our experience
of living our lives with dementia. We
want to be seen
for who we are and who we've been.
We are
more than dementia. We need another word for dementia.
So
let's raise the curtain on dementia.
Yeah, both.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, let's raise the curtain on dementia. Hello, everybody. I'm Rolf Reynolds. I'm on the artist team for Raising the Curtain. And I'm here with a couple of our participants and their partners. On my left, I've got Sadie. Hello, Sadie.
Hi.
And who's that with you?
That's my daughter, my number one child, Sandra.
Sandra, number one. Hi there. And Margaret. How are
Yes.
you?
How am I? Splendid.
And who's this with you?
My dearly beloved Lee, my husband.
Welcome, everybody. So, as I said, Sadie and Margaret have been working with us on the Raising the Curtain project. And shortly before the lockdown is when Sadie joined us. And Margaret's been working with us for, well, it's been a 3-year project, meeting off and on. And it's been a wonderful process and a big strength of ours. And the main way that we work has always been, we get into a room with people and we interact with them and we listen and we share and we play and we just create together. And with the pandemic happening, we've really had to do quite a pivot, as we've already said. And so it's definitely been a learning curve for us. Margaret, how has it been for you to do this change, to connecting on the computer and talking with people this way? How has that been for you?
Oh, wait. How has it been for me? I don't really know.
Well, how is it for you now? I'm curious. How does this feel to connect this way?
It feels great. It feels easy, and yes, it feels okay. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Just
That's
different
great.
than it was.
Yeah, it feels good.
That's good. That's good. Well, it's amazing what this technology can do, and
Oh,
that
it
we
is,
can
yeah.
actually see each other and connect and
yeah,
just have a dialogue. And for you, Sadie, how has it been for you?
Just great. I enjoy people, meeting people and talking to people and listening to their lives. And I just enjoy talking, probably.
Well, and I understand you've been doing it internationally, like you have family.
Yes, I do it in FaceTime. I speak to friends in Ireland and family in Scotland.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is nice. It keeps me up to date with what they're all doing, and I keep them up to date with what I'm doing. That's nice.
And so before Zoom was happening, you were doing it by FaceTime, I guess, or?
What was? Yes, it was FaceTime. Yes.
That's great.
And WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp, yeah. Yeah, there's all these technologies, and it's really fortunate for us that we've been able to have these technologies so that we could stay connected and that we could make the song that we just heard, and just so many ways to stay in connection. But it's definitely been a pivot for us because, as I said earlier, our strength has always been sitting in the room with you. Like, quite frankly, I really miss all of you, and I miss. There's something about sharing the breath and watching you eat your cookie and just sitting in the space that we just don't have here.
Well, one thing I've noticed is that,
yes.
Margaret gets much more tired on Zoom. When
Yes.
you had the group and the interaction and the break, Margaret would be fine, 2.5 hours, no problem. But now Zoom is great, but it just doesn't energize the same way as being in the group. I mean, it's great you have it. I'm glad we're doing this, but the group really fed a certain energy. I don't know whether Sadie feels that way, but it's a different energy level.
How is that for you, Sadie? Is it different for you?
Like people, I just like people around me, and I just enjoy talking. As you've probably gathered by now, I like to talk. I'm half Irish and half Scottish, so I love to talk.
Well, it's a really great point you bring up, Lee. It is such a different thing. All the work that we've been doing to recreate the show online and through Zoom has been quite exhausting, and it's quite challenging. And we have created a video that sort of represents what the transition has been like for us. But before we go to the video, what I'd like to do is I'd like to check in with Chloe, outstanding in her field, with the heart. Are you there, Chloe?
All right. Yeah, I hear you, Rolf. Do you hear me now?
Oh, yes. Hello.
Welcome. Nice to see you guys. So we've had some wonderful contributions on our chat. Thank you guys for engaging with us. We have a beautiful line here. Courage and love to all. Cheryl Henderson, you're missed out there. A call. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Another one, Klaus Duborg. So I'm just starting to sew them in here now. And I have to agree with the Zoom fatigue. It is real. We miss you so much. So hi there, Margaret, Gabriel, and Lee, and Sadie. I can't wait till we can see you again.
And Chloe,
Thanks a lot, Rolf. Sorry, Lee?
I wanted to thank you and Joe very much because we would not be involved without the iPad. So the loan of it is huge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you know, all of our participants have been incredibly brave throughout the project, but you've really blown us away by meeting us on Zoom and continuing to engage with us through this process. So thank you guys. Thanks a lot, Rolf.
That's so great, Chloe. Thank you. Bye. Yes. So here, let us set up the. Let's go to the video that we created about our Zoom experience. Do you remember what we're going to do? And roll it.
Oh, roll it. Oh yeah.
I'm not seeing live feeds, so we may. I see you're connecting to audio. It says.
Hi, I don't know how to get my camera going. It's weird.
Hey guys.
If you go down to the bottom left.
So I really, it was just so.
You're there. Hold on.
Are you there? Great.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi guys.
And we kept our social distance and.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Anya. All right.
Oh. Do you hear my bird?
Yeah.
No, well, I do have birds, but I don't think you can hear them. You hear the birds in my backyard.
What are some ideas people are kind of have around what we could do? Give me some ideas.
I'm feeling like it's great to think about your participant and find an activity that would be really accessible to them.
Some musical riff, and then we create a song of wisdom.
I had an idea about making things out of like found objects around the house or like around the yard.
There's a lot of talk about making masks. Whenever I hear about mask making, I think about, well, masks, like performing masks.
Yeah.
Are there ways to take into consideration the different dimensions of citizenship when you're designing your sessions? So for instance, it might mean that you're thinking about how you approach your session and the work with your participant in such a way that you're trying to develop their sense of agency.
Or no, major wildfire destroy.
You can add words to them if you'd like. By writing them in.
Oh, destroyed. Oh, I don't know. It drives me crazy.
Come on, there's no right or wrong. It's a
No, I know,
right or wrong.
Exactly.
No.
It's whatever
Wildfire.
you come up with.
Do you want to hold it up and show Sarah?
You got it? There?
Wildfire, major, isolating, destroyed. Awesome. I'm going to write it down.
Okay.
I'm going to impose a little idea here. How about we do a picture of Tonka jumping over the fence?
Over a fence.
Over your fence, yeah. Even if it's not possible, just an imaginary picture of.
Tonka's only, if he's standing up, no more than about 8 inches high.
Wow.
No way he's going to, even to jump over is almost impossible for him.
Right? But look, can we imagine that Tonka could do it?
Oh, if you'd want me to, I will.
Yeah. So did Leo, did you finish jumping over the fence?
Yeah, I finished it.
He's trying to jump over, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Looking at it. No.
I remember your story.
My wife is bugging me.
Now that we're all
kind of stuck in our homes for now. How do we engage with people? So I'm trying this new technique that I like.
Engage with people by listening to them, talking to them, and watching them if you
Yeah.
If you can do all of that, if you can hear them, if you speak with them and you can see them, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got there. What are your supplies? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I found somebody throwing them out. So,
my one thought as an exercise, you tell me what you think of this, Margaret, was that we would choose, say, 3 colors, and we would stick to those 3 colors. Like we would just limit our color palette.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you drawn to kind of sketch or respond to? I know it's a tough choice.
Pretty simple though. Not a big deal.
The flowers, I think.
Yeah, these ones?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right.
I was not sure if you can hear me when I talk to you. Hear me in my soul.
Oh.
I switch towards soul always very quickly. And I have to watch that sometimes.
Right now. Okay, you went like this.
Yeah.
This.
Turn it around.
And yeah.
Under and over.
Under and over, right.
Okay. Around, under, over, under.
Okay. All right.
See?
Oh, yeah, I think I got it.
So this is what gives you the knitting, and the rest gives you the tension.
Right.
So.
Oh, nice. Okay, I think I might have it. That's interesting. When you're teaching somebody how to do something,
yeah,
that working through tension. I was going to bring this down a bit.
I'll just do a little bit if you like and show you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're knitting. Yeah, good.
I like this.
Yeah, it's soothing, when you knit like that.
Yeah, I like I like it wrapping around the thumb.
Yeah.
I think if I can just master that.
You did it. You look how quickly you did it. So you've got that.
Okay.
You have both done this before, the energy ball.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super fun in person. And we even tried it once on the screen. So let's try it again, just because it really helps us to utilize our brains and our bodies in a different way. Yeah, I like that, Joyce. That's good warm up. Yeah, let's do what Joyce is doing. Cool. Okay, so I have this ball right here. See this ball? I know you don't quite see it. It's an invisible ball. But because
remember, you got to start small because it's going to get big.
Exactly. We got to start small if we want to go big. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It's very small, Joyce, and it's very slippery. So I just got to hold it like this. I'm going to pass it to you. I'm going to give it to you off the corner of my screen. Can you reach up to the corner there and grab it from me?
Okay, just a minute here.
Yeah, just.
There.
Oh, you got it. Phew, you got it. Now, what are you going to do with the ball? How is that ball going to change with you?
I'm going to change it. Okay, I'm going to bounce it a little bit and give the bounce to you.
Oh, Bill's shaking it. You're shaking it. What's going on with that ball, Bill?
Well, she gave it to me and it was bouncing, and I don't know what the heck to do with it because it keeps bouncing. So I got to get rid of it.
I'll give it to her.
Okay, got it. Okay, I got it. Whoa, it's so cool. I can't.
Here we are. I think we're live.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sandy Buck, and I am one of the artists on the artist team of Raising the Curtains. And this is live on Thursday, June 25th at 1:41 p.m. And I have been really blessed to work with an incredible group of people. This is the portion of this show where if you feel like asking some questions, I am here with Margaret and Joan. And Margaret has composed something to share with you. So I'm going to quit talking and hand it over to Margaret.
I wrote, dementia is sneaky. I never really realized that I was slowing, like sand trickling through your fingers. As a nurse, I felt helpful, competent, and kind. Dementia is like someone sitting on the beach, having fun, watching the tide slowly coming in. And then I've got, so how to cope. Going to Raise the Curtain, where a group of people help to awaken us, to things that are real and kindly and helpful. My partner stepped into who I was, someone who has known me for over 30 years. Now I think that she, Joan, has more burden than I ever did. That's the way we are right now.
And we thought the funny part of the program was that when we first saw your ad in the local newspaper, it was, I think it was in the senior center, and they'd given you a little room to do your introduction to Raise the Curtain. And we thought it was one of those times where you go and see a video, and it turned out to be a 3-year program, and here we are 3 years later. So that's the second time that's happened to us. Last time was with another one out of the University of British Columbia, and it was an exercise program that we did for 3 years, and our last final was that we were just normal for our age. So this is another one of those ones that turned out very delightful for us to meet you all.
Well, I want to say on behalf of everybody, because we're all here watching you, and we're all here in spirit as well, the whole world. And there has been a lot happening in 3 years. As if you just tuning in, Margaret Brock, who's on the screen with me next to her partner Joan, Margaret has been one of the participants that has been so brave to come in. And Margaret, when we were thinking about, we had to pivot to go on, we were talking about the different things we could possibly do, and you came to us with these amazing words. And yeah, this is the opportunity. People can, if they have any questions, they could write in. But I'm also thinking, there's a video coming up, and it's a shadow show that was created by the artist team with the participants. And the title of the show is Managing the Unknown. And is there anything you want to say to that, Margaret, about managing the unknown?
Well, I think dementia is a shock once one realizes that you have it. So many years where I was involved and in charge, then very slowly withdrawn, too slow to realize what is happening. I was the one who often spoke first or gathered people together. But now dementia is sneaky. I never really realized that I was slowing, like sand trickling through your fingers.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I'm sure there are many thoughts around that out in the world. So if you wanted to share your thoughts, we're going to segue to the shadow show that was pre-recorded last year. And then we're going to come back. And if anybody wants to type in any questions and ask you, then we're going to come back and maybe there's some questions. And if not, we'll take over and start our own show. So we're gonna cue the video for Managing the Unknown. I think we're
Oh, God, this is... oh, I think I need a hammer. What's happening? Oh, my God! What's happening here? I don't know what's going on. Somebody help me. I can't do... What am I doing here?
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
We're dealing with love, and that is the center of everything.
I'm really looking forward to the other part of dementia. I don't like to call it dying, but the process of being reborn.
It's very hard to understand what's happening.
You accept it. There's no point in fighting it, so I'm just having fun.
So my life is pretty happy. I'm not intimidated by this.
I'm just going to get me through the day.
All of my life is coming alive, even more.
We'll have a very good party somewhere.
You've got to get out there and meet your fellows!
You got a thing? No. I'm going to do this and that. And if you don't make it, well, you've got to have something to look forward to.
You're here for today. And if you wake up tomorrow, that's today.
We've got to get it on the table so that it's not hidden.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Yay. So we're back live again, June 25th, 2020. Just this isn't pre-recorded. And Margaret and Joan, before we went and watched that beautiful video of Managing the Unknown, which was a whole group collaborative.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any comments that you have from just watching that?
Well, seeing it's just the beginning of this, I think there's lots of people out there, I'm sure, with dementia. And the sooner that sort of idea gets around and people can see maybe a picture or there might be hope, because some of them, I'm sure, or a lot of them are not aware. They just have to stay at home or fumble along. But maybe that'll show hope.
Yeah. We got a question in, funny enough, that actually talks about that. I think you have a mind reader. I'll read it to you. What advice would you give people who are isolated now? And that's
well, if they're by themselves, that's extremely difficult. If they're
on Facebook,
if they're other family or friends, or is to get them out and get them being and talk on the phone and to try and go on to what we're doing right now and to encourage people to get involved and not just hide away and stay at home, and because you just wilt. So that's about the best I can think of. Keep going, don't give up.
Yeah. Is there anything thank you, Margaret. Is there anything, Joan, that you can add to that, being the partner of Joan? Sorry, Joan. Joan's partner.
I think there is a lot of help out there for people that are living alone with dementia. If you have a partner, as I am with Margaret, you've got more ways of living a fairly normal life, of friends and family and going out and going to restaurants and things. But if you're completely alone, there is the Alzheimer's Association that do have people that will visit you. But the main thing is to just join things or keep in touch.
Yeah, don't hide yourself
Don't
away.
hide away. Yeah.
Thank you. That is key. And for all those people watching, you can go to our website and pass on information. We're looking for people to reach out. Another question that came through, I think we already answered it. This is more for a general question. how many people are involved in this project.
Oh, wow.
I know you probably don't know that. Actually, I don't even know the dozens and dozens, if it like so many people are involved.
Wonderful.
The credits will go on and on and on, but I just wanted to let you know we got that question.
I think people too, Sandy, should know that it's very uplifting when you do join a project, regardless of what it is, whether it's one put on by the Alzheimer's or whether it's Memory Cafe that's put on by the carers, or your project and Minds in Motion. You have to go. We're not joiners normally, but we knew we had to go and be with people.
We don't want to be recluses.
Yeah, that had the same problem, and therefore you have camaraderie in that and sharing that problem. So it's very essential to keep involved.
Because I've had it for about 5 years, I think. It started. Yeah.
I think it's unfortunate that we don't, or maybe it's fortunate that we don't know what lies ahead of us in life, because it would be too sad. So we lived life to the fullest until this happened, and now we have to adjust to doing our life a little different and in different ways. But we are a great believer in being in the community and our church and being available to our friends and having friends and appreciating Margaret's knitting. She goes to a knitting group, and so it's being involved and not isolate yourself.
Yeah,
is the key.
That's it. Keep involved. Keeping involved. That's the key. Yeah.
Thank you. Keeping involved and reaching out. Absolutely. And Margaret, when the pandemic hit, we were figuring out how to do this, and so you taught me how to knit, which was awesome. So
that's right.
I'm not very good, but it's.
Well, neither was I when I started.
That's right. And
I don't do anything special. It's just, whatever, squares and stuff.
Yeah.
It keeps you busy.
Yes. And so before, again, COVID, we were working towards what kind of theater presentation we were going to do. And your stories and sharing and working with wonderful people like Irene who lives at Christensen Village. Hi, Irene. I hope you're watching. And all the people there who the knitting circle had. They created squares and then they would create a blanket. And you and I shared a few months ago about the beauty of connecting and the warmth of a blanket. So that has been super inspirational. I have another question. Margaret, you're a very good teacher.
Oh, thank you.
How do you feel about teaching now?
In what way?
Good question. In what way? In any way. Like if like the knitting. How does it feel? I guess we'll use that as an example. Actually, this is one thing we never got. You both taught me how to make scones. And
we both did it, and yours turned out better than mine.
How was that? How was it teaching? I guess.
One of the big things is I didn't cook at all, and Margaret in these last 3 years has taught me how to make things that we can survive on, like meals and food, because I never cooked at all, never have done. So it's been a learning curve, but I think I'm doing okay. I've got three kinds of meals now that I can cook, and they're quite good. We eat a lot of salads. And
we're healthy.
And we're healthy. Yeah, that's a good one.
We walk a lot.
And Margaret, Margaret's a good teacher in the kitchen. She's a little reluctant to give it up because that has been her love. So sometimes I'm with her to help her remember what things she's put in the bowl when she's making something.
Or where the bowl is.
Or where the bowl is. But now I know where the kitchen is. I didn't even know where the kitchen was before. So yeah, we're managing quite well. Yes, and you have to. Margaret's got a tremendous sense of humor, and that helps.
Amazing. Yes, you do, Margaret. The whole team can attest to that. So we have to move along, but I'm always thinking and have ideas, and you spawned the idea. Maybe we could start the Margaret and Joan cooking show.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, so we're gonna is there any final words that you want to say to friends, family that are out there?
Friends and family, well, I think they don't really know what I'm doing. One always puts on a happy face when you go out and shop and chat and so on and so forth like that. I'm very grateful that Joan and I have a nice place to live, because between the garden and my cooking, we're just bumbling along just fine. So we're healthy. We don't kill each other anymore. We play a lot. We have to, and I always think that look on the bright side. You know that old saying? Look on the bright side. It's much better. Much better.
Beautiful. That's such amazing words. Thank you. And one thing that you spoke to me yesterday about was slowing down. In our world, even with technology, it makes us go faster, faster, faster.
Yeah.
And I think that's incredible advice too, is just to slow down and smell the flowers.
And enjoy. Yeah.
And enjoy. So this has been lovely once again. And we're going to move on to another pre-recorded video. It's the research presentation of all this. So we've been doing this incredible collaboration and having fun. And then there's a whole other team out there that are watching, observing, and also interacting and taking the information and creating the research content. And they're going to explain that right now. So let's cue the video. Ready? Put your fingers up. Cue the video.
Another glimpse backstage. Our approach to research in Raising the Curtain. By now you have an idea about the community-engaged arts approach in Raising the Curtain. In this video, we'll explain more about the research perspective of the project and describe how diverse scientific, healthcare, and artistic perspectives are integrated. Raising the Curtain explores the research questions: what is the lived experience of dementia? In what ways does participating in community-engaged arts help express the experience of living with dementia? And how does working collaboratively and creatively build social inclusion?
Hi, I'm Dr. Colleen Reed, and I'm the principal investigator on this project. Raising the Curtain came about out of our desire to change the dominant discourses of aging and dementia. In our culture, negative messages about dementia are widely conveyed through our news media, advertising, and storytelling forms, such as written fiction, movies, and theater. Such discourses omit that people with dementia are resilient and can have such enduring qualities, including intelligence, logic, creativity, warmth, humor, empathy, imagination, and moral judgment. Raising the Curtain is a research project that uses community-engaged arts to reimagine negative messages about dementia and to work towards reducing social stigma.
A key part of our approach in this project is creating the third space. The third space describes the space at the intersection of art practice, scientific research, and public engagement and participation. In Raising the Curtain, the third space is where people with the lived experience of dementia, researchers, healthcare workers, and artists share diverse perspectives, generate new knowledge, and participate in community-relevant art directed towards social change. We are sure you're wondering, how do we do this research in the third space? Well, we combined community-based participatory research approaches with community-engaged arts practices. There's much published on both of these approaches. You can learn more by visiting our Imagination Network website at imaginationnetwork.org. or by contacting us through that site for more resources. Both community-based participatory research and community-engaged arts practices have a number of important things in common. They both shed light on social issues. They seek to amplify marginalized voices. Both approaches see community members as active agents in shaping and sharing their experiences. Community-based participatory research and community-engaged arts practices both use innovative approaches to engage diverse community members. They foster ongoing collaboration between all team members. Both approaches value a variety of different kinds of knowledge. And they both create spaces for social action and work towards positive social change.
Hi, I'm Anya Lendi, and I'm the project manager of Raising the Curtain. Over the past 4 years, we have conducted many community-engaged arts workshops with the participants who are living with dementia. As a team, we use these workshops to create a space where research, art making, and community involvement come together.
You may be wondering, how do we measure the impact of the Raising the Curtain project? At all of our project activities, we gather data from the project participants to assess the impact of their involvement on their experiences of inclusion, citizenship, and their health and well-being. In addition, we periodically collect data from the team members to understand the impact of the project on our knowledge of the lived experience of dementia, on our collaborative approach, and on our respective professional practices in the context of aging and dementia. In Raising the Curtain, we compared people's responses and grouped them into codes and themes to help us understand our research questions. During this process, we worked with the research participants to ensure that our emerging analysis accurately reflected their lived experiences. Broad themes, or aspects of them, were then used in subsequent sessions to inform artistic creation, and the artistic creation process was used in turn to further expand and refine the themes. The group chose the various artistic media they wished to explore and delved into the creative process of symbolizing each theme through a different chosen artistic medium. For example, the group explored the theme dementia diagnosis through the visual art technique of mark making. In another session, shadow puppets were used to explore the sub-theme managing the unknown. We believe that collaboration between people with lived experience of dementia, researchers, healthcare workers, and artists can disrupt dementia stereotypes, build public awareness, and create new social ties among people with lived experience of dementia and the broader community. Thanks for listening. Join us for more in-depth discussions about our research over the coming year. Check out our website for upcoming events and drop us a line if you have any questions or comments. Thanks again, and we look forward to staying in touch.
Hi. Hi there. It's Sandy again. And I'm also coming to you live with Chloe in front of our huge heart. And honestly, with everyone in this project, I don't even feel like it's big enough. I feel like our heart could be so much bigger. We've had some people type in and text us and however, that little box, some names and quotes. It's awesome. And I just want to talk a little bit about the creation, just about why a heart. And so when we were told that we couldn't visit Christensen Village for safety reasons, because we want to keep people safe, and they're doing an incredible job, mwah, 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 to all you people, front care workers and all the staff and families that are sending love, and the heart is been told to me. Jacqueline, who also somebody who is part of this, has been part of this project, who works at Christians Village, we were having a conversation about the heart, like this muscle in here being the first memory that we have. And sometimes we all quickly go up here into our brain and our thoughts very quickly, and that can we live up here in our brain. But going back to the heart is I feel that the grounding that we need to get through these things. And even at a social distance of 6 feet, we can feel that vibration with each other. And so one of the questions that came into Margaret and Joan, who I think captured it so well, is get together, not obviously like become active, even if it's online or with your family members or friends. So, but this hopefully we can capture with this beautiful sculpture that is becoming more beautiful because your words are being a part of it. And we always start off with the base at the art farm, but it's the community that builds the beauty of it. So here we are. Chloe has had some names and that have come in.
Thank you so much, everybody, for participating today. We love to see your comments in the chat and questions. We've had a ton today. Thank you.
So this will continue onward. This isn't the end. And of course we have all day we have our show tomorrow again, 1 o'clock, 1 to 2:30. So you can let all your friends and family know, come back. There's going to be slight difference because we're bringing the rest of the team, the participants team, to be part of it. And so our ideal is to have this awesome heart covered, and it's going to continue out into the world and on the Sunshine Coast, and it'll live here on the art farm, and then it will tour. It's going to make its touring the heart. And gosh, what else to say? We're going to move into, oh wait, there's somebody who's going to say something.
Hello. Hi, everyone. It's me. It's Chad. Remember me from the beginning of the show? So before we throw to the last amazing video of our show, I just have a reminder. I'm going to pick this up, and this is for all of you. If you can just remember to go to the website after .org/feedback. So it's imaginationnetwork.org/feedback. We would love it. It's a short survey and it helps us a ton. So there we go. And there's my face. And we are going to queue up the final song of our show. And just a big shout out to everyone who's been involved in this. It's amazing, the work and just the generosity of everyone involved. So shall we do the final cue that video?
Cue that video.
Okay, cue that video.
Brother Keith told me,
roll with the punches.
oh yeah,
Don't be such a wimp.
I guess the old saying is,
Oh yeah,
you got to play the game.
with the cards you are dealt, that's it.
Oh yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it is.
Oh yeah,
What do?
you have to accept it.
My mother had the same thing, passed it down to me. Oh yeah, I'm not so grateful, but at least I'm happy. Oh yeah, so that's the way it goes. If I get crazier, let me know.
That's how it goes. That's
how it is. Oh yeah.
What do you do?
Have to accept it.
Having friends is so important.
I'm happier than I used to be. The more we stay involved, the better we're gonna feel.
Take a look at it.
All of us get out alive. Oh no. Gonna do what I wanna do. Gonna take my time. Oh yeah. It's in your face each morning. There's no reason to hide. That's how it goes. That's how it is. Oh yeah.
What do you do?
Have to accept it.
I do feel included where I put in the time.
Oh yeah.
There's a sense of warmth, like a second home, alright.
Oh yeah. You want to make it better? Try, 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 try. That's how it goes. That's how it is. Oh yeah. What do you do? You have to accept it.
That's how it goes.
That's how it is. Oh yeah. What do you do? You have to accept it. That's how it goes.
That's how it is.
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
You have to accept it. That's how it goes. That's how it is. Oh yeah. What do you do? You have to accept it.
We sing this all the time here at home.
I love doing it.
Good.
That's the best important.
Don't expect too much.
Perfect.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Memory's not like it was. Other than that, I'm fine. Everything else seems to be working not too badly.
I'm glad to hear it.
You want cookies first.
I know. Where's the union break?
Yeah.
Can I
Where do I get my cookie?
talk to Chad?
Yeah, we gotta get back to Christensen Village with all the goodies. Like tea.
Oh, tea time.
Oh, you mean we're not done?
No. Now it's time for the hard part.
I didn't hear you at all. I think you cut out there.
Okay, so just hang on a sec there. I'm going to use my cell phone here.
Oh, you sound great now.
Oh, we do? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
So
Okay, well, let's go again then. Some of us get out alive. Oh, some of us get out alive?
None of us.
Oh, okay.
Great too.
Unrehearsed.
Good.
Unrehearsed, I know. On the fly.
Amazing.
Okay.
Stitch it together and see what we get.
What?
Yeah.
That's a good ending.
Be serious, he's recording this, for heaven's sake.
That's all you got for me today?
That's it.
That's all we got. Do you want to see the website?
Hallelujah.